I'm Maysha with As Long as You're Breathing, and this is part 2 of, well, Every Life is a Story, Energy Management Living, the 1 page a day quantum leap to living your life, your story, your way. Part 1, we did Every Life is a Story, and we started with In the Beginning, and we covered a lot there. That was just informational. And there are some meditations to go along with that, which are transformational. But now we're up to the part of Once Upon a Time. You see, we're up now to your story. In the first part, we discussed who am I and why am I here? In the big sense, the big picture, that we're each a part of the symphony. We each have a seat in the orchestra, and you're here to be the one and only you, in tune and playing according to the sheet music, so that everyone sounds great and the whole orchestra sounds great. And instead of chaos, we have order, and it's a beautiful symphony. Now we're talking about you're here. You've co-created with the universe, with everyone else, what your story is going to be. You've signed up, you got your sheet music, you helped write it in your own free will. This is how I'm going to show up. And now you're here. Once upon a time. Once upon a time, you decided to incarnate on Earth. You were invited by Gaia herself. You were wanted. You were asked to be here. And you were excited to, because you've been working hard on creating that story, help writing the music, so you could get that seat in the orchestra and have a tactile experience as a multidimensional being. And you would be sovereign over that and enjoy a beautiful, healthy, happy, whole, complete life harmoniously with everyone else who co-created when you did and incarnated when you did, so they could do the same thing and consciousness could be expanded. So once upon a time is now, and you're here. And you being the one and only you, and unfolding the story the way you planned, playing the sheet music, and everybody else playing the sheet music, is imperative for the orchestra to sound the way it's supposed to. So you're here now, and you didn't know all of this, because when we incarnate, well, we forget it all. So when we are here, the story can unfold and we can enjoy this life experience that we are here to have, that we are here to feel, be, and experience. But your heart space, as we discussed, the intuitive mind, which is in the dimension of imagination, the creative mind, can conceive of the story you wrote. And then the other multidimensional aspects of yourself can help guide you through that. And the mind, as it has learned things, is to help keep you safe. We talked about all of that before. But things have gotten kind of out of whack, and the mind is a little too much in charge. And we're not really good now at being in touch with all the other multidimensional aspects of ourselves and the multidimensional beings around us, and listening to the heart for various reasons, which we're going to talk about more later, and how to fix all of that. Right now, what we want to talk about is the fact that you, regardless of all of that, you are here. You are here to be the one and only you, and to have that happy ever after, that your life, your story, your way that you co-created with the universe in your own free will to come here and live. That's what you're here to do. Now, granted, as a species, we've not been doing it that way. And we can't stop the planet and everybody get tuned up for the orchestra pit and get their sheet music ironed out and practice up and then start the planet back up and everything be harmonious. We have to do this, well, while the world is still turning. And while time is still flowing, we have to progress down our timeline and bring ourselves up in vibrational frequency to that correct tuning. We have to do this energy in motion. We have to do it while the world is still turning. And we can. The way we're going to start, this is not the 1 page a day part. We have to have a baseline. We have to know, where are you at in your once upon a time? Now, for this to really help us, we have to be brutally honest. You're the only one who's going to see this. This is yours. And it's here to help you understand where you are and what is keeping you from being that one and only you came here to be. From living, in great big capital letters, your life, your story, your way, which is what you came here to do. But this is the baseline. We first have to take a true look at, where am I at right now? We have to have an accurate baseline. You, for yourself. No one else need ever know. But this is for you. So let's start with, I'm a human being called, and just describe yourself in words. Okay? Describe yourself. I'm a human being. I'm called, whatever your name is, and then start with words that describe you and how you are now. How are you feeling? What are you being? How would you describe your existence? Are you feeling content? Are you feeling happy? Are you feeling judged? Are you feeling trapped? Are you feeling depressed? Are you feeling depressed 50% of your life, 30% of your life? Are you feeling just like, I don't know what's going on, I'm confused? Are you feeling, there's so much pressure on me? Everything you're feeling, any feeling word that comes to mind, that's what you're going to write down. And we're going to have a meditation for this. And I've got some other ways for you to do it too if you're not a meditation, visualization, activation person. And I'll talk about this too. But that's what we do first. We identify, this is who I am, and I'm feeling this way. Then I want you to write down everything you are actually being. So you're feeling all these things. What are your beings? Well, I'm being productive part of the time. I'm being a mom. I'm being a dad. I'm kind of being a dad. I'm a great mom. I'm so mom. I'm being a doctor. I'm being a lawyer. I'm being a friend to a lot of people. I'm being something I don't want to be. I don't have words for it. I just know it's something I don't want to be. I'm being a coworker. I'm being a boss. I'm being a manager. I'm being a star. I'm being a failure at being a star. Everything that in your understanding of yourself, your picture of yourself, if you were looking in the mirror, or if you were describing yourself to someone else and being brutally honest, and they said, what are you being these days? What are you being? How are you feeling? What are you being? Okay. Again, we will have a meditation, visualization, activation for this. And there's another way to do it too. Then the next thing we need in our baseline is What experiences are you having? What are you experiencing? Well, I'm experiencing being an employee. I'm experiencing being a president of a company. I'm experiencing a marriage. I'm experiencing a divorce or 2 or 3. Remember, there's no judgment, and you're not labeling yourself good or bad. You're just being brutally honest. What are you experiencing? I'm experiencing an amazingly happy life. Or I'm experiencing a life where I pretend to be amazingly happy, and amazingly I'm pretending. I'm experiencing a good relationship with my parents, a bad relationship with my children, a great relationship with my children, a so-so relationship with my parents. I'm experiencing. Look at every part of your life. What are you experiencing? Again, be brutally honest. Don't say what you're supposed to say, what you're supposed to be experiencing. What are you really experiencing? Okay. And then we have a picture of you right now, and it's accurate. There are no labels here. And none of these roles that you talk about being in or experiencing, none of the ways you're talking about feeling, not how are you feeling, what are you being, and what are you experiencing. None of those things have labels. There's no right or wrong. There's just the reality of it. Don't get in your head and ruminate about it and think, I can't admit that, or I can't say that, or well, what am I going to do with this when I do admit it? Don't worry about any of that. We're going to get to all of that, and we're going to deal with all of it. But it's imperative to get you tuned up. We got to pluck each string and determine where it's at so we can tune you up and get you in vibrational frequency. Tune you up so you can get in the orchestra pit and play a beautiful song. Be the one and only you. Have the life you came here to live. But we got to know where you're at. You have to know where you're at. Not me, you. So this is for you. Now there are going to be, as I said, meditations for this. I have some up on the website now for feeling, being, experiencing. But there will be more meditations to go along with this to help. Another way you can do this, other than, there are several ways actually. You can listen to the meditation, and then afterwards you can just make the list that I said. Or you can listen to the meditation and then journal and write. I'm being this, and write it all. I'm feeling, write it out, journal it out. And then perhaps go back and create a list from the things you said in your journal, so it's easier for you to follow. You can do it those ways. Or maybe you don't listen to the meditation or activation at all. Maybe you just sit down in a quiet place with a hot cup of tea, put it on, or a cup of coffee, or a glass of wine. Put on whatever music or silence in the background, whatever is best for you, so you can drop into your heart space and be totally honest with yourself and identify, okay, this is what I'm feeling, this is what I'm being, this is what I'm experiencing. And a lot of it is going to be great. This isn't with the assumption here that you have a bad life or that you're totally out of tune. It's just to determine exactly where are you at, and be very honest with the things that you know are not exactly in tune with what I'm sure I would really want it to be. Okay. Another way you can do this is, this is similar to something called deep core mapping, which Crave More Life or Find Your Voice, Save Your Life coaching teaches. The deep core mapping, the way that is taught is you get a huge piece of paper or poster board, whatever. You draw yourself in the middle, and then you create concentric circles around it. And then in those circles, you start answering these questions about yourself. Okay? This is a little different than the coaching has you do it. So it's not exactly deep core mapping, but it's what works for the energy management living teaching. Okay? So start with feelings inside. The first circle that you draw around yourself, and put all the feelings. You may want to do this anyway, even if you've done the list. This visual is amazing because from those feelings reverberate out vibrational frequencies, which result in what you're being. Write everything that you can come up with that you're being in that circle. And then that reverberates out to cause what you're experiencing. Remember, everything is cause and effect. So now we want, what am I experiencing? And that's your third concentric circle that's around, and you write it all through that circle. It's in various places. And you pick where. If you feel some of it's got to do with the head area, how you think or whatever, you can put them up there. Or if you think some of them's got to do with, well, this is the way I walk this journey, you can put them down by the feet. Or my hands make my living, so you put that near the hands. Or it doesn't matter, you can just put them around the circle. Or maybe you start with, this is how I was, and you do it kind of like a clock or something. However, it doesn't matter. You do it your way. Okay? So when you're done with that, it's not done yet. We're going to do more with it. Then you can put it aside. This is an amazing visual to have. Do it with color. Do it with, like the things that are great, put it in your favorite color. The things that are so-so, put it in a so-so color. And the things that are like, I'm really going to want to change that. That really shouldn't be there, or I don't want that there. And you know that I'm feeling depressed. Put that in a color that indicates it's probably something you want to change. Color code it that way. Make it colorful. If it's really something you love, make that absolutely your favorite color. Come up with your own way and make it your own piece of art. Put your creative juices into this. Many people find that helps them really express their truth. This is really what I'm feeling. This is really what I'm being. This is really what I'm experiencing. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And then they look at it and they're like, yep, this is me. Okay? Now, that's because once upon a time, there was a human being, you. And this is where you are now, as far as that goes. Next, we're going to go with, in a land far, far away, or not so far, far away. Now we want to talk about the setting of your story, your life, your story. What is your setting right now? Everything you're feeling, everything you're being, and everything you're experiencing, the next circle, if you want to do it that way, that reverberates out, this is created or is influenced by or led to the setting that your life, your story is occurring in. So if we're doing it with the concentric circles, or if you decide to do that as well, the setting goes in the fourth circle out, okay? But what I'm wanting you to do, and there's going to be a meditation for it, or an activation, or a visualization. What I want you to do here is I want you to be accurate about everything that in a story you would consider the setting. Well, I have a home. I have a vacation home. Maybe you want to be descriptive of the homes even. I have a town home. I have a lake home. I live in the family home. I live on family land. I live far away from all my family. I'm at work most of the time. That's a factory. Or that's an office. Or I'm on the road because I'm a salesman or an entertainer or some other type of job that's on the road. So I'm on the road most of the time. Everything you can think of that describes the setting of your life. I'm in my bedroom a lot. It's a beautiful bedroom, that's why I'm there. I'm in the kitchen a lot. I'm in a kitchen I don't like a lot. I'm in a kitchen I love a lot. Be as descriptive as you want to be. What do you think of when you're thinking about your setting? I live in the country. I live in a beautiful place in the country. I live 1,000 miles from everything. Well, actually, it's only 10, but it feels like 1,000. Get really into what is the setting of who you are. Once upon a time, what is your land far, far away, or not so far, far away, that your story is taking place in? Do the visual, if you'd like, which is an amazing thing to have to refer back to, or just write the list or journal it out. Use the activation, visualization, transformational meditation, or don't, whatever works for you. But let's really talk about, well, I'm in a place I never thought I would be. I'm in the place I always wanted to be. Well, I'm in a place I don't mind being at right now, but someday it's going to change. Sorry about that, folks. Allergies. I'm in a lonely place. I'm in a happy place. I'm in a scary place. whatever applies to your situation. Sorry again. That's the setting, okay? Now, next, what we're going to do is, once upon a time, there was a human being called me, and we've done all that in a land far, far away, or not so far, far away. You've done that. And he or she, or however, was surrounded by, and then all the people, or plants, or pets, or whatever is significant in your life. This is where you put all the supportive characters. You see, every story has the main character, which is you in your life, but there's always supportive characters. And that's the next circle out. If you're doing the concentric circles, or the next list you're going to do, or the next journaling you're going to do. And yes, there are going to be meditations to go with this as well. But that's what we want to know next, is list every supportive role that is significant at all in your story. Well, there's the boss, or there's the boss. You may be descriptive, or whatever color you write it in, maybe how you do it, or whatever. It's up to you. There's the spouse, there's the significant other, there's the children. List each one. There's the ex-spouse, the ex-boyfriend, or the current boyfriend, or the current girlfriend, or there's my realtor, there's my best friend. Every person that has a significant role in your story, or if your pets have a significant role, or if your plants do, whatever has a significant role that wasn't part of your feeling, being, experiencing list, that wasn't a part of your setting, but this is something that has a role in your life. Perhaps your career has a significant role in your life. You may choose to look at it that way. So take some time and think about this one. This is you at this point, once upon a time. This could take you some time to put together. You may want to do one part at a time and take a break in between. You may want to sit down and knock it all out at once. But this is very important that you have this baseline. I really do recommend that you do the meditations that go with it. As I said, there are some meditations up on the website. There's going to be meditations for each part of this. I will be putting those together. And I'll be posting those too. I'm going to recommend that you do a meditation to help with it. And then that you make the list. And if there are any things that really just don't go well on the list, then journal those out. And then doing the visual with you in the center, drawing however you want to draw you. Stick body, get out the markers, draw something really, or if you're really artistic, paint yourself, whatever it is you want to do. But then do the concentric circles, which are reverberating out. So you have you, one and only you, once upon a time, right now, feeling, being, experiencing, in a land far, far away or not so far, far away, all your setting that your story is in. And then with all this supportive cast of characters. And be very honest. The meddling aunt, the rich aunt that's going to leave me everything. The uncle that's always borrowing money. If these are main characters in your life, include them. Remember, this is yours. It's not for anyone else. It's for you. And we are going to use it so you can live your life, your story, your way. That's the reason we're doing it. It's a valuable exercise. So that's all I have to say on the Once Upon a Time exercise. As I said, I'm going to go ahead and put this video up. The meditations are not all created yet, but on my website, you will find in the meditation section for the current energy management, daily energy management guide, you will find meditations that will help with this. They're being, feeling, experiencing meditations. As more of them come up, I will be sure y'all are aware, but this experience is one that you may want to think about a bit anyway. So I'm going ahead and putting this up tonight so you can listen to it and be thinking on it, and perhaps just do your own meditation if you would like until I get the meditations up. Many people are going to want to just sit and go within and just freehand this, but many are going to want meditations to help. I'm going to be sure to provide those. This is your Once Upon a Time. We are going to get you to where it's your life, your story, your way. But for now, let's draw, write, paint, create an accurate snapshot of this moment in time.